Hi, my name is Adriana, and this is my NUN experience. I am originally from Caracas, Venezuela, one of the most volatile countries in the world, which enabled me to understand life from a selfish perspective. It taught me to think about the opportunities the world offers with its different cultures and beliefs, that as complex as they are, connect us all as one. Part of this realization happened when I left Venezuela to go to a boarding school in Switzerland, where I spent the last 2 years of my life. There, I connected with friends from all over the world. And after being accepted into the NUN program, I knew this was the opportunity I needed to further understand this lesson. I chose Australia without thinking about it twice. I wanted to be in a place that I couldn't possibly picture in my head. I arrived in Melbourne a day late due to the difficulty of flight connections from Venezuela. I had to make 4 different stops, which ended up being 4 days of travel, of which all of my flights got delayed. And just to my luck, I had an incredible sore throat that had me barely able to speak, and during the transition of my third flight, one of the wheels of my bag got lost. Because of all these delays, none of my bags arrived at Melbourne Airport, so I was left with just a slip of paper with my bag information on the way to Hawthorne for the first time. In the midst of my first few days at Hawthorne, I understood how dependable we are on clean clothes, cleansing essentials, and technology as my bags arrived 3 days later. This chaotic arrival was indeed a challenge. However, after all that struggle, I told myself I was not going to let it affect my welcoming in a foreign country with people I was going to spend the next 4 months of my life. It was fun and relieving to meet people with the same clothes I wore the day before and laugh about my travel plans. I learned that messy situations should and can always be managed with a smile. My roommate, Tanya, after only having met her for a day, already let me borrow her clothes and makeup. For us, it was very exciting to be rooming as we were both looking to room with a Latina, and bit by bit, we formed a Latino group. We visited the city at night, went out, had lunch, fixed our schedules, and got to know each other. My Latino group became my home away from home in Australia, but most of all, they were my family. We went on all the trips together, where we froze to death but felt warmth in the cold sleeping, and saw kangaroos and dingoes. Went surfing and froze even more. Saw a footy game in good seats, which we later found out weren't the ones our tickets allowed. Saw the Richmond final. Visited Phillip Island and got amazed by the view and the penguins. But most of all, had a lot of fun going out. Not only did I form a new family and experience Aussie life, but adapted to life at Swinburne. I tried to cook once in a while to avoid all the Uber Eats charges, and found a store nearby that sold Venezuelan food and cooked arepas. Got my nails done and got an infection and realized that there's nothing like the places back home. Studied alone and in groups, where sometimes we were super efficient, but other times not so much. Did community service. And talked to many Aussies in the places I usually got food and drinks. Outside of Melbourne, I had the opportunity to go to New Zealand for spring break. It consisted of infinite amounts of bus rides, with to die for views, long-lasting naps, getting in touch with the Maori culture, jetboard rides that make you feel alive, a helicopter ride where I saw one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen, buying matching hoodies, and fooling around with the lions.
2 hands for beginners.
And of course, knowing my clumsiness, I got hit by a sign in the middle of the street. But I guess I embraced it. I also cancelled my skydiving booking because that's how scared I was. And then, when we arrived to Melbourne, I had lost my wallet. And 5 days later, my phone stopped working. So yeah, that was great. So I had to wait 4 days to buy a new phone because I had no money. And that's how happy I was. Outside of Melbourne, we also went to Sydney and had a blast knowing it was our last trip with the program. My NUN experience was indeed one of a kind. I got to live my first college experience in an unknown environment, which I embraced with the amazing people I met, and understood how to develop my school routine and well-being while discovering and having fun at the same time.
Easy now, no need to go down. Drop that run, that is how we
found. I am incredibly grateful for my NUN experience.